Hey folks, it's Mangrel. Welcome back to the channel. And today is a very exciting day because DJI has released new firmware for the Goggles 3 on July the 25th, which now makes these goggles compatible with the O3 Air Unit. I've had first-hand experience with all the goggles from DJI for the FPV system. That includes the original goggles, which were the V1. I've had experience with the V2, the Goggles 2, and also the Goggles Integra. And so far, the Goggles 2 seem to be my favorite goggles. Yes, there are some shortcomings, but it still seems to be the best all-rounder goggle for my use. I'm interested to see how the Goggles 3 shapes up and whether these are worth the upgrade. Do bear in mind that at time of filming, these goggles only work with the Avata 2 or the O3 Air Unit. These will not work with the Vista or the Vista equivalent. This is my first exposure to the Goggles 3, so let's do a quick unboxing. In the first bag, we have the OTG USB Type-C cable. Next, we've got the corrective lenses. Next, we've got some additional padding just in case if the lenses are too close to your eyes. Finally, we have the goggles themselves. Taking a closer look at the goggles, it has very similar adjusters as the Goggles 2. You can adjust the IPD, which is the distance between the two lenses using this slider. And then you can adjust the diopters or the focus by turning this knob down here. So very similar to Goggles 2. You push in, you twist, and that will lock in your adjustability. The other thing that jumps out at me is that the foam padding is not a foam at all. It's a very, very thin piece of rubber, and this is what's supposed to form that gasket around your face. And I want to see how comfortable this is. And also, does it actually shield you from light bleed? I do find that the antenna on this are very clicky, so they do snap into place like that. They are not removable. I tried giving it a good tug. They did not remove. Very similar to the Goggles Integra. We also, similar to Goggles Integra, do not have a touchpad. You have the joystick, which to me, that's way better than what we had in the Goggles 2 anyway. These goggles seem like a love child between the Goggles 2 and the Goggles Integra, plus a couple of new features thrown in. We'll have to go try these out and see if those couple of new features justify the upgrade for the FPV Flyer. Looking at the specifications of the Goggles 2 versus the Goggles 3, there are some notable items. The first piece here is that the Goggles 3 definitely weighs more than the Goggles 2. That makes sense. It uses a completely different head mounting system, and also it has a bigger battery. This weight here does not include the Goggles 2 battery, but there's still a difference between the two of them. The other thing I noticed is that really screen size, resolution, refresh rate, IPD, all of these are exactly the same between the two goggles. We do have a bigger range of adjustability in the diopter, so that's the focus for folks that need corrective lenses. There's more adjustability on the Goggles 2. I know the Goggles 3 includes the additional lens attachment that gives you an additional -2. So I think they've tried to address this through an additional attachment. There is a difference, and this will be a notable difference for folks either upgrading from the Goggles 2 or perhaps coming in from the Goggles 1. The FOV continues to be reduced on the Goggles 3. And I noticed this on my review of the Goggles Integra. What DJI has done to try to address the blurry edges of the Goggles 2, they've just reduced the FOV. So they've gone from 51 degrees down to 44 degrees. So if you were one of those few people that had really crisp edges on the Goggles 2, I for one did not, but if you did, going from the Goggles 2 to the Goggles 3, you are going to have a less immersive kind of experience. Video transmission is a very difficult thing to compare between the two goggles at this point in time. We just don't know what's going to happen in the future when the O3 Air Unit releases. Yes, on paper, the Goggles 2 says 50 megabits max bit rate. The Goggles 3 says 60. So you may think that, wow, the Goggles 3 is better. But we just don't know what's going to happen down the road. Right now, the 60 megabits is only with the Avata 2. It will not give you 60 megabits with the O3 Air Unit. So it's very possible that down the road, the O4 comes out and the Goggles 2 will give you 60 as well. It's a big unknown. So for now, I wouldn't even really compare these two megabits here. And then finally, no surprise, the Goggles 3 has a bigger battery. So it has a 3000 milliamp battery versus an 1800 milliamp on the Goggles 2. So you get more runtime. So with the Goggles 2, you get roughly 2 hours, at least on paper here, whereas the Goggles 3 will give you 3 hours. Like any DJI product, the first thing you want to do is you want to update the firmware to the latest firmware. So go ahead and download the DJI Assistant 2 Consumer Drone Series software and update this firmware on your Goggles 3 to the 0.0300 firmware. That's the firmware that adds compatibility with the O3 Air Unit. So go ahead and install that, let it go through. It'll take a couple of minutes. Once you're done updating the Goggles 3, go ahead and do exactly the same process with the O3 Air Unit. Do bear in mind that even though you're updating the O3 Air Unit to the version that supports the Goggles 3, it will still continue to work with the Goggles 2. For testing purposes, I ended up flying both the Goggles 2 and the Goggles 3 back to back on the same day from the same location using the same quad. This was the only way I can think of to give a true representation of how these two goggles were different and also how were they actually the same. Based on my testing, there were 4 areas where the Goggles 2 and the Goggles 3 differ. The first one has to do with comfort. On the positive side, the new head mounting approach of the Goggles 3 is definitely way better and way more comfortable than the Goggles 2. On the Goggles 3, the mounting pressure is localized in one small area on your forehead, which makes the goggles way more comfortable. This is different than the Goggles 2, where the actual goggle is pressed right into your face and it tries to distribute all that pressure across your entire face and also your nose. So way better approach on the Goggles 3. I did find that the rubber gasket material on the Goggles 3 made the inside of the goggles way darker. So it did a better job of cutting out the light bleed than the Goggles 2 did, which made for a way more immersive and better experience on the Goggles 3. On the negative side, the rubber material started to get hotter way quicker than the Goggles 2, and I found that by my second flight, the right goggle lens had already started to fog up. So I had to start using that new defog mode pretty much for the entire day and also pretty much right away. The next area is image quality, and when I say image quality, I'm referring to what you actually see in the goggles as you are flying your quad. I'm a big fan of more FOV. The more FOV, the better. But I actually found on the Goggles 3, the smaller FOV, which is 44 degrees, actually worked quite well. I found the edges were quite crisp and the overall image quality looked better when compared to the Goggles 2 because of the smaller FOV. We know that the resolution of the two goggles is exactly the same. It just felt like the quality was better, so I was quite surprised in this area. And I'm not sure if it has to do with perhaps less light bleed or the actual mounting mechanism of the goggle, but this is way better than the experience I had with the Goggles Integra, which also has the same FOV as the Goggles 3. The next item has to do with the front-facing cameras, the DJI Real View, and initially I thought that these cameras would be quite gimmicky. They are really zoomed in, which makes them not very useful, but I did find that I was using them to swap out batteries while still having the goggles on, so there is some real world kind of use here. The problem with the Goggles 3 head mounting mechanism is that you can't just pull the goggles down to your neck as you could on the Goggles 1 and 2. So if you want the goggles off to change batteries, you actually have to take them off your forehead. So these cameras do save some time. The final item has to do with the transmission quality or the bit rate. So keep an eye on the megabits in the bottom right corner. So right now you're looking at the Goggles 3 and we do see a lot more instability in the actual bit rate than we would see with the Goggles 2. So we went down to the 30s. And as I fly around here, we'll see the megabits will fluctuate some more as well. And the key here is that I felt these fluctuations. So I did actually get stuttering in the flight. So right here, we were down to the high 30s and I felt these stutters. That's why I wanted to go back and look at the video more closely. Definitely felt more stuttering on the Goggles 3 than the Goggles 2. I suspect this has to do with some sort of firmware quirk that hopefully will get figured out as time goes on. And even here with the look back, we dropped down to 36 megabits and I felt that as well. Now looking at the Goggles 2, and we want to keep an eye on the same megabits. You can see that it does hold at 50. I did not take exactly the same flight line, but definitely the flight on the Goggles 2, based on my experience, felt a lot less stuttery. So even when I did that split S, yes, we saw it go down a little bit, but never to the 30s like what we saw in the Goggles 3. Even around here, we're holding 40s, 50s or so. So it does seem a lot more stable with the Goggles 2. And remember again, I'm flying from the same location as I was with the Goggles 3. It just feels like DJI has a little bit of work to do on the firmware with the Goggles 3 and the O3 Air Unit. To summarize, I do find the Goggles 3 to be an upgrade from the Goggles 2, especially from a comfort perspective. They are way more comfortable than the Goggles 2 with this new mounting mechanism. I also was able to get edge-to-edge clear view with the optics and the FOV of these goggles. Sure, the FOV is not as large as the Goggles 2 or even the Goggles 1, but in practice, this actually felt very, very good. The implementation of these front view cameras is pretty immature. Yes, it was helpful to be able to swap batteries without taking the goggles off, but you can do so much more if these were implemented properly. They're just too zoomed in and too cropped to be able to do anything other than swapping batteries and just seeing perhaps what's generally going on around you. The biggest issue with these goggles is that they do not support the old generation Air Unit. So if it's the Vista, the Air Unit Lite, the original Air Unit, whatever you have that's prior generation, it will not work with these goggles. And I'm pretty sure DJI is not going to be adding in compatibility given their history of supporting one generation back only. I also did find some weird behavior with how the megabits and the bit rate was working on the O3. I suspect that's more of some sort of firmware quirk that will get worked out. It wasn't a huge deal breaker, but do bear in mind that as well. These goggles are quite a bit larger than the Goggles 2 when folded up like this, so make sure you have space in your bag if you do want to make the upgrade. If you are interested in making the upgrade, I do appreciate you using my links in the video description. It goes a long way to helping this channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for more videos.